Eagles, big plays, boom, explosive. And then the Vikings, maybe once a game we'll get it a quarter inch across the plane from the half-yard line. It was a pretty entertaining game for the first 3.5 quarters. Vikings defense on about 90% of the plays looked good. I mean, the main difference here is the quarterback play. Jalen Hurts was like perfect, and every time he needed to make a big pass, he could. Not only on the long touchdowns he kept throwing, but a lot of third and longs. He would just manage to escape and find somebody. And Carson Wentz, just kind of a mess. He has his moments, and then he has his moments. You got Carson Wentz as your quarterback. You need some other people to step up. And Jefferson had a chance to catch a touchdown pass in the first half and didn't make the play. And he should have been able to make the play. It wasn't that good a play by the defender. He just didn't make the play. And you got to be able to make that play. And that's Justin Jefferson, I think, in a nutshell. He's an outside the red zone Hall of Famer. That's what he is. And that's kind of what the Vikings offense is. They're an outside the red zone offense. And they get in the red zone and they just crap their pants. I mean, you look at the Eagles. Those 4 touchdowns. Every one of them's a big play. Now, one was an interception, but even that, where did he intercept it? I don't know, the 30-yard line maybe? 30-yard touchdown. And then all the passes. I don't know, it was like a 75, 80-yard touchdown pass. First touchdown was, 40, 50 yards? Maybe 35 yards, something like that. And then A.J. Brown caught another, 20-some yards maybe. But every touchdown is a big play. I think everyone came outside the red zone. The play started outside the red zone. That's what sometimes you have to do. It's hard to score in the red zone. So maybe find a way to go for the end zone once in a while. That's the difference. You got the Eagles receivers. They take the ball and they run it into the end zone. Our guys catch the ball when they're standing still. Jordan Addison, how many yards after the catch did he have? I mean, he must have had 100 yards and maybe 1 was after the catch. And the Vikings' first touchdown, it's like they finally get a touchdown. Eagles have all these big play touchdowns. Vikings, it's I think a 1-yard touchdown run where Mason had to run all the way to the sideline, and it was only on replay review that they called it a touchdown because he got a quarter inch across the plane with the tip of the ball. That's how the Vikings score a touchdown. Eagles, big plays, boom, explosive, and then the Vikings, maybe once a game we'll get it a quarter inch across the plane from the half-yard line when we run it all the way from the middle of the field to the sideline and have Carson Wentz split out right. But again, you have Carson Wentz as your quarterback. The guy is a cluster. Cluster Wentz could be his name. And so you have to step up. And when he turns it over, well, your defense has to find a way to turn it over. Or when you have 3rd and 13 or whatever in the fourth quarter, you got to hold them. You can't let Jalen Hurts just roll out to the right and find A.J. Brown on the sideline for 15 yards or whatever. You got to step up. You can't play the mother of all prevents, the MOAP, when you're losing by 2 points in the fourth quarter. And you just don't cover one of their big receivers. The guy caught like an 80-yard touchdown early in the game. But this what really kind of pisses me off is that, Carson Wentz is our quarterback. If you switch those quarterbacks, I don't know, probably like 3-4 touchdown win for the Vikings. Jalen Hurts was that much better. And Carson Wentz was that bad at times. And the reason Carson Wentz is out there is because they have no confidence in J.J. McCarthy. Yes, he hurt his ankle, which I assume is a legitimate injury, right? He really hurt his ankle, and he's really going to have to miss a couple weeks, maybe 4 weeks, whatever. But they are in no hurry to get him back out there. If they really thought he was good, if they really thought he had something, they'd be hurrying him back. They are not hurrying him back. They are bringing him back as slow as they can because they don't think he's going to help them win. And that's what's pathetic. that after 6 years or however long of Kirk Cousins, and then what? Then they have to go to Sam Darnold last year, who would be better than Wentz, I think, without question. But they certainly didn't plan on Sam Darnold having a good year last year, but he did. And now they got Wentz. The quarterback position, it's just a piece of crap every year. And if you had a decent quarterback, you might have won. Now, I think the red zone garbage, it was like, what? They started 0 for 3 in the red zone. What did they end? Like 1 for 5 or 1 for 6 or 1 for 30 or 2 for 80. I mean, whatever they ended. It's like they get into the red zone and they just stagnate all the time. And that's partly play calling. Okay, they're moving the ball. They're down. What were they down? 21-16. They're moving the ball. They get in the red zone. Call a run, loses 2 yards. They're moving the ball. They're running the ball. They're throwing the ball. They get in the red zone. They call a run. They lose 2 yards. And that's kind of the end of the drive. They get to 2nd and 12. They throw a dinky pass over the middle and then get sacked. The Eagles were probably just toying with the Vikings also. Like every time they needed a big play, they got it, right? First drive of the game, it's 4th down. And, of course, the Vikings rush 3. Hurts throws a perfect pass for a touchdown. Vikings cut it to 14-9. Big bomb touchdown thrown by Jalen Hurts. Vikings cut it to 21-19. Hurts drives them right down the field. The Eagles are a better team. They got a better quarterback. They got receivers who make bigger plays. I hate to break it to you. So I don't know what else to say. I mean, Carson Wentz is pretty hard to watch. He must be banged up because there's like nothing on some of his throws. They're just such wounded ducks. I don't know if you hurt his shoulder or what. He does not look great throwing the ball. And he just does some weird things. It's not fun to watch. So I don't know, are they going to bring J.J. McCarthy back at some point? Or is he ever going to come back? Is he ever coming back? Or have they just given up? Have they admit this is a stupid... All these people... I mean, I'm sorry. I tried to be positive going into the year. Like, oh, J.J., la-di-da. There was nothing to indicate he was going to be good. And you watched him. Other than that 4th quarter against the Bears. His throws are off target. There's not a lot on him. Oh, but let's all go get our number 9 jerseys because we're fans. Even though he's been hurt 21 of 23 games he's been eligible for. Let's trust the process, like that idiot, whatever podcaster, Vikings podcaster. Trust the process. They know what they're doing. No, they don't. They don't have a clue. They got Carson Wentz at quarterback. They don't have a clue. But at least it was an entertaining game for 3.5 quarters. Yeah, it's worth something.